Could Spurs move for Jack Grealish? Spurs urged to sign Eberechi Eze. And some loan deals for Spurs players. Here are your daily Tottenham news headlines. Hello, welcome back to the channel. My name's Craig and here are your daily Tottenham news headlines where I'll be going through all the latest news, rumours and reports. If you're watching on YouTube and are not already subscribed to the channel as yet, please consider doing so. Like, share and comment below. It really does help the channel out. And if you're listening on an audio platform, please do hit that follow button and leave a review if you can. And if you do have a spare moment, please vote for the channel at the Football Content Awards 2025. All of the details are below. Let's get into it. Give Me Sport report Tottenham are exploring a potential summer move for Manchester City attacker Jack Grealish. The Europa League winners have reportedly submitted an immediate inquiry for the former Aston Villa forward following James Maddison's injury blow. The report goes on to say that Tottenham have made immediate contact over a move for Grealish after Maddison's injury and are believed to have leapfrogged Napoli in the race for the 29-year-old. The £300,000 a week forward scored just 3 goals and registered 5 assists in 32 appearances for Manchester City, making only 7 Premier League starts. TBR Football report that at this moment in time Archie Gray is not expected to leave Tottenham Hotspur on loan this summer. Despite the arrival of João Palhinha at Tottenham, Frank has no desire to allow his 18-year-old midfielder to leave on a temporary basis this summer. The 51-year-old is believed to be a big fan of the youngster, with Frank having tried to sign Archie Gray during his time as manager at Brentford. Gray, who cost Tottenham £40 million, could end up playing a key role next season and should learn a lot from playing alongside Palhinha. The teenager produced an impressive performance against Newcastle on Sunday as he showed a glimpse of what he can do at his best. Gray will also be hopeful of getting more minutes in midfield next term, having spent most of last season playing either at centre-back or full-back. TBR Football also understands that Tottenham are trying to sell Bissouma, with Fabio Paratici offering him around to various clubs. Spurs were open to signing Palhinha and taking on his wages with the confidence that one of their current midfielders would leave. Jose Mourinho's Fenerbahce showed an interest in Bissouma with a move to Turkey, his most likely destination. West Ham United are also keeping tabs on the Tottenham midfielder as Graham Potter looks to bolster his midfield options. The Express report that after James Maddison's latest injury that Spurs surely need to go and get a new number 10. The standout choice would be Eberechi Eze, who continues to be linked with a move away from Crystal Palace. The versatile forward has lit up the Premier League over the last few campaigns and was a key figure as Palace won the FA Cup last season. Arsenal are known to be keen admirers of Eze and have been tipped to launch a bid for his signature before the end of the window. Tottenham, however, might decide to enter the race, with Maddison expected to be out for a long while. Eze would arguably be an upgrade on a fully fit Maddison as part of Tottenham's front four, although Palace will almost certainly resist any attempts to prize him away from Selhurst Park. They also mentioned Harvey Elliott and Mikkel Damsgaard as other options for Spurs. Tottenham Hotspur Football Club have announced that Will Lankshear has joined Championship side Oxford United on loan for the 2025-26 campaign. Joining the club's academy in August 2022, Will made his competitive first-team debut in October 2024, featuring in a UEFA Europa League victory over Ferencváros. The striker went on to make 3 appearances in that competition, scoring his first senior goal in our league phase fixture away to Galatasaray. He's made 6 senior appearances for us in all competitions to date. The 20-year-old spent the second half of last season on loan at West Bromwich Albion, gaining valuable experience in the Championship, as featured 11 times for the Baggies. The club have also stated that Tyrese Hall has joined League Two side Notts County on loan for the 2025-26 campaign. The 19-year-old central midfielder has risen through our academy system and has established himself as a regular in our under-21 side in recent seasons, winning the Premier League 2 title in 23-24. Prior to stepping up to the under-21s, Tyrese was part of the under-17 and 18 Premier League Cup double-winning squad in 22-23. Football.London report that Stoke City are set to sign Jamie Donley on a season-long loan from Tottenham. The 20-year-old racked up 18 goal contributions in League One for Leyton Orient last season. And Tottenham have also announced that Dragusin will wear the number 3 shirt for the forthcoming season. Football.London also state that Tottenham are looking for a new number 10 and a new senior centre-back in the transfer window to help bolster Thomas Frank's squad. Tottenham's need for another advanced playmaker was clear before James Maddison's knee injury on Sunday in Seoul, which is the same knee that caused him to require 3 months of rehab this year. The main reason for the centre-back need is that Spurs' first-choice centre-backs Christian Romero and Mickey van der Ven have both missed key spells through injury in the past 2 campaigns. Last season, with the North London club having 60 games to play, Romero was only available to play in 26 of them and Van der Ven just 22. There is also Dragusin, who is on his way back from an ACL injury, and it may be some time before the Romanian gets back to full fitness and sharpness when he is able to return to full training. That leaves Frank, who sometimes operates with a back 3, with Kevin Danso as the only other senior centre-back, while left-back Ben Davies can also play in the position, and the new head coach will fear facing a similar season to his predecessor Ange Postecoglou in needing to play teenage midfielder Archie Gray in an unfamiliar role as centre-back for long periods. There is Kota Takai and also 18-year-old Croatian defender Luka Vuskovic. Football.London reported this week that after Frank had assessed his squad in recent weeks, Vuskovic was among a group of young players made available for loan by Spurs, and also Kota Takai is currently injured. Okay, well, here's my thoughts on all those stories today. Firstly, Jack Grealish. I'd be keen to get Jack Grealish in as long as we get the Jack Grealish that was at Aston Villa and the first part of his Manchester City career. He just seems to have not been in Pep Guardiola's plans, to be honest with you, Jack Grealish of late. So he probably needs a move, whether that's Tottenham or somewhere else. But would I take Jack Grealish at Spurs as long as the deal was right? Yes, I would. I think Jack Grealish I think there's still a player in there. He's going to want to get back into the England lineup for the World Cup coming up. So I think it's well worth us going for Jack Grealish. I know he splits opinion, but that's just my opinion on Jack Grealish. I think he would be a good acquisition for Spurs, and it could reinvigorate his career as well. I think it would be quite exciting to come to London. Of course, good friends with James Maddison as well. So I personally wouldn't be against a Grealish move. Archie Gray staying around, I absolutely agree with this. I've said before, I think Archie Gray can learn a lot from João Paulínia coming in. I think he'll really adapt in that centre defensive midfield role. I think he will learn a hell of a lot over this season. I think that's a good decision to keep Archie Gray at Spurs this season. And as the report said, Thomas Frank loves Archie Gray, tried to sign him when he was at Brentford, so I don't expect Archie Gray to be going on loan. It doesn't really send the right message anyway when you sign a player for £40 million and then send him on loan. So I'm looking forward to see Archie Gray getting some good minutes, hopefully, in the centre defensive midfield role this season. Well, hopefully we're going to be playing a lot of games, of course. Yves Bissouma, we've discussed this before. I think I could see Yves Bissouma going out. I think Yves Bissouma will be moved on and away from Spurs. Obviously not long left on his contract, so I expect Yves Bissouma to leave before the end of the window. The report on Eberechi Eze, well, anybody who knows me will know what a fan I am of Eberechi Eze. I'd love us to leapfrog Arsenal and gazump Arsenal and just go for Eberechi Eze. Do you know what I think? We should actually put down a statement, right? And just go and pay the money. Go and get Eberechi Eze from under Arsenal's noses. Not just because it's Arsenal. We clearly need a decent number 10, and Eberechi Eze, my word, would fit that 100%. He is such a Spurs player, in my opinion. Let's put down a statement. Go and get Eze. Don't make it the last signing you make, Spurs. But what a quality signing that would be for me. Just go and get Eze, Spurs, please. The loans for Will Lankshear, Tyrese Hall and Jamie Donley. Jamie Donley's not confirmed yet, but he expects to be. Good loans for all these players. I do wonder at what point players think, I've had enough of going on loan. You know, because between them, these players have had a fair few loans over the years. And I know Harry Kane had a lot of loans before he finally broke through. But I just wonder how many loans these players want to put up with before they just think, oh, do you know what, I want to move away from Spurs. But then again, obviously, if Spurs thought they were, and Thomas Frank thought they were good enough, they'd be in that first team squad, and he obviously thinks that these players aren't quite ready yet. Big fan of Jamie Donley, by the way. I can see Jamie. I really hope Jamie stays around next season. Dragusin taking the 3 shirt. That's an interesting one. Gone are the days where you think 1 to 11 is your first 11. Doesn't happen anymore. That was me being old, and back in my day, that was what it was. But interesting, Dragusin's taking the 3 shirt. Obviously, that was... oh, God, my mind's gone blank. It was... who was the Spanish lad at left back we had? Oh, see, this is what happens when you get old. Your memory goes. Anyway, I'm sure I'll remember. But he's taking the 3 shirt. It's an interesting one. Obviously, it's not associated with a centre-back, but as I say, the numbers nowadays, people just wear them. Sergio Reguilon, there we go. I know how to remember him. Sergio Reguilon. Interesting that he's taken the 3 shirt. That's all I'd say. Obviously, still coming back from his ACL injury. I think it's going to be a while yet. Is Radu Dragusin in Thomas Frank's plans? It would seem that way. Yeah, interesting. What do you make of Radu Dragusin? Would you be happy if he went out the door? I can't see it happening now. He's taking the 3 shirt, mind. But yeah, go down in the comments. Let me know what you think of Radu Dragusin. And the report from Football.London saying we need a new number 10 and a new centre-back. We've covered the number 10, absolutely. I 100% agree with that. And if Spurs don't get a new number 10 in, it's a travesty, quite frankly. But the centre-back situation, I kind of get it if Thomas Frank's playing 3 at the back. But we seem to have so many centre-backs. But he's put Vuskovic up for loan, which I want to see Vuskovic stay around at Spurs. I really do. I've seen enough to think that he could do good things. But I hope he has the right loan. I think he could do really well to try and get a Premiership loan for this season if we're going to send him on loan. But obviously with Kota Takai in there as well, we seem to have a glut of centre-backs. But as I say, I mean, Takai could go out on loan, who knows? And then we are a bit short. But yeah, funny one, that centre-back. We seem to be well stacked in that position. Anyway, get down in the comments. Let me know what your thoughts on all those stories are today. Come on, you Spurs.